Alright, challenge for Nintendo. Can they make a Splatfest without ruining some aspect of it? Seems pretty impossible. So today we got the announcement of spicy versus sweet versus sour. It's a pretty solid Splatfest theme. Like, as critical as I'm about to be towards Splatfest, this is a really solid 3-team Splatfest debate. But regardless, while the Splatfest has a good theme, you know what would have had better? The thing Nintendo showed they were capable of doing in 2019, Frostyfest. For how few Splatfests we seem to get in Splatoon 3, would it have killed them to do a Frostyfest this year? Nintendo has put significantly less work into Splatoon 3 Splatfest than they had to for Splatoon 2's. They used to come up with a new map every month, and they did that while also doing event Splatfests like Springfest and Frostyfest. And yet, here's Splatoon 3, 3-ish years after its predecessor, failing to have Splatfest work as well as they did in Splatoon 1 sometimes. It's honestly shocking how Nintendo's thrown the bag with Splatfest in Splatoon 3. My guess would be because they tried to reinvent the wheel with 3-team Splatfest and Tricolor and didn't really need to make things as complicated as they are now. And now we're stuck with barely functioning Splatfest and Nintendo having to devote their resources trying to keep the mode from just crashing to the ground, and like what happened in the first Splatoon 3 Splatfest. I feel so bad for all of you that never got to play in the Splatoon 2 Splatfest because they were so much better than what we're getting now. Like in Splatoon 2, the year before we got Frostyfest, we still got a Christmas themed Splatfest. Like, I genuinely cannot wrap my brain around why we are not getting a bigger Splatfest than this. It was leaked that the Splatfest was going to be a worldwide Splatfest, which was typically a pattern done for bigger Splatfests like Frostyfest. And yet, we're getting spicy versus sweet versus sour. So I'm wondering if the theme was almost switched at last minute, because the actions being taken here just do not make a ton of sense. I mean, most Splatfests in Splatoon 3 since the world premiere haven't made a whole ton of sense. So let's get into another issue with this Splatfest. Why does Nintendo keep announcing Splatfest so far away from when the actual Splatfest take place? Pokemon Splatfest was announced like a month or a bit longer than that before it actually took place, and now Walmart brand Frostyfest is getting announced 3 weeks in advance. Like, that's such a hype killer. If they keep announcing it super early, people will get excited in the first week, they'll start to burn out in the second week, and by the time we get to the sneak peek, you've got a really nice cooked batch of Splatfest burnout. Like, I get this may not be the same for every person, but me and a lot of people I know feel this way, and I'd be willing to bet them saying that we're not alone here. So why does Nintendo keep doing it? Overall, this video's been a lot of complaining, but I've got a point I'm trying to make here. Splatfests still aren't in a good place yet. It's been like 4 months since Splatoon 3 dropped, and we're getting our 3rd Splatfest in the 5th month. And who knows with this one if it's even going to function properly. There's hope for Tricolor actually working this time, considering the Pokemon Splatfest did pretty well with it. But man, Splatoon 3 does not seem to do Splatfest nearly half as good as Splatoon 2 did. Nintendo could somehow pump out a new stage for 2 years, every month, and also do like 3 different Splatfest squares for special occasions like Frostyfest, and yet Nintendo in Splatoon 3, when the game has literally never been more popular, can't get Splatfest one single new core mode to work properly on a single map. It is so unfathomably stupid that Nintendo tried to reinvent the wheel and then couldn't get it right. There are stupidly easy solutions for how they could have done Splatfest better in 3. Number 1. Put ranked matches into Splatfests. Number 2. One singular big map for normal 3-team modes. Number 3. Keep the current Tricolor idea and make one singular stage that works with how Tricolor works now. I mean, Nintendo pumped out new maps every month in 2 for 2 years, yet they just can't make one singular Tricolor dedicated map for their new mode. I feel like us not getting Frostyfest, let alone Splatfest as quality as Splatoon 2's, because Nintendo is struggling with Tricolor to get it functioning as properly as it should, which just really sucks. Of course, there definitely are other issues with the matchmaking, which is also probably contributing to why Nintendo seems to be just absolutely struggling here. Splatoon 3's live events consist of the 2 days of Salmon Run on a regular stage and half-functioning Splatfest. The point is that Nintendo just really needs to get it together. We all know you're aware of the community's expectations that we'd be getting a Frostyfest, so the fact we're not getting one isn't going to be something that goes unseen. Splatfests are a way to keep the majority of the community engaged, and when they start crumbling, people are going to leave and play something else. Alright, that is my rant. I got a little heated. I didn't even ask anyone to subscribe. I'm trying to hit 25,000 subscribers before 2023, so if you want almost daily Splatoon videos, drop a subscribe. What do you guys think about the current state of Splatfests? Are you also upset that we're not getting Frostyfest? Let me know in the comments. Alright gamers, see ya.